Our third session is going to be quite interesting because we will be talking about gaming and we'll be talking about Web 3.0 and NFT. And we're going to be splitting this session into a two-session talk. For the first part, we'll be inviting two female gamers to come on stage to have a chat with me about what's their experience as a gamer and how do they stream it. And with that, please allow me to welcome it from Indonesia, Cantika, Citra. Cantika. And from our homeland, Singapore, Julie Tan. Hi. Yes. Okay, you're going to be speaking in Bahasa. Okay. So this is Kantika's translator. So Cantika will be replying in Bahasa and he will be translating for us today. Hi everyone, how are you doing today?
Hi.
I feel like you're so far away.
Oh yeah, sorry, I moved nearer.
Hi. Okay, we're just gonna jump right into it, okay? Because if not, like we're just gonna run out of time. So, Cantika and Julie, how did you two get yourself into the world of gaming? Maybe, do you want to go first?
Jadi aku di dunia gaming itu sebenarnya dari kecil udah suka main game dan secara tidak langsung tiba-tiba coba live streaming dan tiba-tiba langsung jadi booming aja gitu from zero to hero.
So Chitra play games from early childhood. She always loved to play games, and then one time she tries to play live streaming on one of the platforms, and then from there everyone's like, and then from there it's automatically just boom.
Okay. What about Julie? How did you come into the the community of gamer?
So actually, when I started gaming, it was during I started streaming gaming during COVID. I mean, to be honest, I was just very bored. Like I was at home doing nothing.
Right.
And then I was just like, I'm playing games at home.
Right.
And then my partner was like, why not you stream yourself game? I'm like, who wants to watch me stream? He's like, just try for fun. During the pandemic, during COVID, we saw a lot of like F1 drivers. I mean, F1, there's no competition going on. And a lot of F1 drivers actually went on to social media. They were streaming themselves like racing cars.
Like, how do you stream yourself racing car? Is it like a computer
so it's like
simulation?
Yeah,
okay, got it.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I think that really put things in perspective for me. Right. It's like for the longest time I was thinking like, oh, I'm an actress, I'm supposed to do this. But during the pandemic, it just changed your whole mentality and your whole mindset. You'll be like, times is different. You need to make a change. And so me taking that step is to go onto a gaming platform and then just to show a different side of me. And I really use that platform to engage with my followers as well.
So you mentioned about being an actress and having to care about like what people think and things like that, right? So was it a very difficult decision to transition out of it, or like did you have to really feel like make peace with your heart and like feel like you're not gonna care too much about what people think?
I think initially when you want to try something new, it's
Right.
always very, very scary. Because it's definitely not my area. It's very foreign to me. I don't even know how to really set up like the system to go on live and to use a computer. Like to me, it's all very foreign. And I think the step is to try something new and to take that step to really make a change. Because a lot of times to leap into the unknown is always scary. But if you take that chance to learn, to try something new, and I think that's where the rewards will, it's there.
I see. So which platform are you streaming your games on right now?
I started on Twitch and now I'm doing both TikTok live and Twitch.
Oh, so you can actually stream on TikTok
Yeah.
and they can see how you play?
Yes.
How? I'm sorry. This is
a
so
very
new to me.
This is a very technical answer.
This is because I know Twitch you can actually mirror your screen onto it, right? But
Yeah.
with TikTok, how?
You have the TikTok live studio.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so I actually
okay.
use it on my laptop, my computer, then just set it up. Yeah.
Okay, the only thing I know about TikTok is you put the camera in front of you and you stream like that. I never knew you can
Yeah.
mirror your.
Of course, that kudos to my team. They actually helped me out with
Oh,
that, and as well, we make a lot of research, went to dive into it, trying to understand how can we offer our viewers a better experience. Because, like, I mean, it's easy to always see me on live,
right.
but I want to offer another kind of experience, lah.
Got it, got it. What about Cantika? Like, what platforms are you using to stream your games?
I'm using Facebook Gaming.
Only Facebook gaming?
Yeah.
So, what's your experience on Facebook gaming like? In the sense of what you think people like to watch when they watch gamers stream? Is it your reaction? Is it how you play? What is it about game streaming that is so attractive for audience actually?
Kalau misalnya untuk yang menarik itu lebih ke keunikan dan cara bermainnya. Kalau misalnya cara bermainnya unik, kocak, biasanya audiens itu lebih suka.
So the thing that interesting is about the uniqueness, and also if the player can be like funny, and then yeah, entertaining. I think that's one of the thing that really attract people.
So, am I right to say that people usually just want to watch the gamer and their reaction and how they are in terms of personality? Hence, they are watching you play the game. Is that right?
Yep.
What about you, Julie? What do you think? Why do you think people are, tuning in to Julie Tan and watch her play? Do you feel like it's because of your game tactic, or because they want to see your reaction, or because you are Julie Tan?
I actually spent a while thinking of that,
Yeah.
and then I think it just boils down to I just want to share.
Okay.
I feel that being an actress at a young age, people have this perspective of how you are, but they don't really get to know the real me.
Okay.
Sorry. So like going on gaming platform, well, no, when I'm playing games, normally that's where your true self comes out.
Right.
So if I want to curse and swear, I'll be like, sorry guys, I can't curse and swear. But if I can, I will. So I think it's a very genuine reaction.
So you actually be a more genuine self on Twitch and
I think I was
TikTok.
just being myself.
Really.
Like I wasn't putting any front or anything, and I was actually very honest with my viewers as well. If I don't know the game, I'm having difficulties. I'll be like, guys, how can we do this? How can I improve my gameplay? And I actually learn a lot from my viewers. Like they teach me how to be a better player.
I would love to hear you swear. No, but actually,
I can
okay,
do that now if you want.
no, let's not do that because we are actually live streaming here.
Oh,
yeah, into metaverse. But
Okay, so no.
I do have a question, and because it's so interesting that when people think about gamers, the traditional view is that most of them are males and most of them are teenagers. Of course, with our two guests here, we know that's not true. Was there any pushback from the community or even the audience when you started live streaming as a female gamer, or was it just very cohesive? And what was your experience?
Being a female gamer is great.
Tell us more.
Like, I mean, I don't know how to play. Can you help me? They will help you.
Really?
Ask and you shall receive, and that's what I do.
So
true.
so
Like-
you
like,
still
they're so
use your
nice.
female charm to go and into the gaming
No, I'm
world.
just being myself, and people want to help me. Then great.
I see.
Like my viewers and my followers, they are awesome. Like they give me so much great tips, great advice, and
Right.
they're actually my friends.
Okay.
Because like while gaming, you kind of share like, oh, today what did you do, and then you kind of ask them. And on Twitch, it's a very fun environment because I really do get to know them personally after that.
I see.
Yeah, so that's the difference between like TikTok gaming and Twitch gaming. Because TikTok, sometimes the comments really run really fast.
Right.
But Twitch, I kind of get to know each of them after a while.
I see.
And they actually get to play with me as well.
So do you like end up being like friends with them and hang out with them in person?
I actually had a gathering like earlier this year.
Ah.
And I met my core group of players who've been playing with me.
So if there's anyone who likes to be friends with Julie, get onto the gaming platform
Sure,
that she's
anyone
on.
play ML or anything, do add me on my handle and I'll play games with you.
Okay, Cantika, coming from Indonesia, right? You know, being a Muslim country and being a woman, has there been any sensitivity when it comes to streaming yourself online? Have you received any feedback about that before?
Kalau misalnya di Indonesia itu banyak sih feedback-feedback yang negatif-negatif gitu. Apalagi female gamers ya, karena jarang dan culture Indonesia itu kan memang kalau anak perempuan itu hanya untuk ngurus anak di rumah dan melakukan pekerjaan rumah, memasak kayak gitu. Jadi banyak sih, tapi ya aku jadinya unik sendiri kan karena belum ada yang kayak aku gitu.
So in Indonesia, actually there's some like negative feedbacks because for the culture itself, Indonesia thinks that woman is the one behind the scene and then like cooks or like a housewife, things like that. But I think that also one of the uniqueness that Citra Cantika yeah has. Maybe that is one of the uniqueness that makes yeah she can do it as well. So yeah, just one of a kind in Indonesia. So
So I'm very curious, Cantika, like when you stream, do you speak in English or Bahasa?
Bahasa.
Bahasa?
Bahasa.
So where would you say that the people who are tuning in from is coming from when they like tune in to watch you stream? Where are they from? Are they mostly from Indonesia or are they like regional? Like there are people even from the states tuning in to watch you stream and things like that.
Mostly from Indonesia.
So the industry in Indonesia is big enough that you can just harness on that one country to make it a full career. Okay, that's really interesting. So my next question is for game streaming, right? How can we harness this industry and monetize that? How do you earn money from being a game streamer?
Yang pertama itu dapat dari ads, iklannya sendiri. Yang kedua dari endorse game-game. Lalu yang ketiga dari donation from the viewers.
so one of the revenue comes from ads mostly, and then from endorsement. Also the third one. Let's donation from the viewers.
So like when you are streaming on Facebook, people can actually make donation to you and you can collect that as money.
Yep.
I see. So is that lucrative? Like is it substantial to be like your main income or is it just something that's for a side hustle?
Just for side hustle.
Just for side hustle. Julie, what's your experience with monetizing game streaming?
So I'm going to share an interesting story.
Okay.
When I first started doing gaming live, I wasn't thinking much. Like I really just needed something to keep me sane during COVID.
Okay.
Like, you know, during COVID, it's like you don't know what you want to do and life just seems to stop there. But somehow, because in this era we live in, we have social media, we have Web3, and everything it feels like we are still connected somehow in this world together. And once I started gaming, for me, I realized is I start to have different brands that comes to me for endorsement.
Oh, okay. Like
So,
what?
for example, one really interesting client that I encountered was this Fruits and Nut Association,
Okay.
right? So they actually they came to me. They're like, "Oh, can you promote healthy eating during gaming?" I was like, "That is great. This is something that I believe in, and I do that during gaming as well." So I was like, "Yeah, sure, I will do it." And they actually paid me for a campaign to do that.
Wow. So
So
for
it's
you to
just-
sorry?
Yeah, so it's just interesting to see how it kind of open up a lot of other platforms for you.
So for you, how you monetize this whole career is because of what you have been doing on Twitch and TikTok. Different brands come to you and get that to use that identity for you to post on social media about their brands.
Yeah.
So it's more for endorsements and sponsorship instead of like direct donations from viewers.
I mean, of course, I do have donations from viewer as well.
Right.
But normally, I will just tell them, please don't donate,
Right,
because
right.
sometimes they are really young.
Okay.
And I don't really want them to use their pocket money to subscribe or anything. So I'll just say at their own.
Oh, that's so
like,
kind.
Yeah, because like I don't want them to use their parents' money lah.
I see. I see.
I mean, we need to promote also like sensible, like how to spend your money and things like that, and not blindly asking them to, oh, please give me donation and things like that. I mean, I think I can earn my money from other places.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for not I wouldn't say traditional, for non-streaming social media platform like Instagram or TikTok, we look at numbers as whether a post is successful or not. When it comes to streaming, what is the indicator of whether your content for that stream is successful? Is it the number of people that are tuning in, or how do you measure that?
I think how I measure successful is as long I'm happy.
Okay. So that
As long at the end of the day, like the content that I put out, the game, the live stream that I did, the content that, I mean, it's genuine and it's real.
Right.
And I think to me, that's a lot of satisfaction.
But what about other gamers? Like, is there a guideline for people? Do you hear people talk about it? Because we talk in Instagram, we talk about followers, right? How many likes, how many whatever. Like, these are the traditional markers. Like, is there a traditional marker for game stream?
But I mean, like currently, you can buy followers, you can buy views. So to me,
Exactly.
that is not a good indicator whether you are successful or not.
That's true. That's true. What about Cantika? Like, do you care much about like whether your live streaming is successful, or is that not an indicator that you care about?
Selama aku ngelakuinnya dengan happy, kayaknya nggak masalah deh.
As long as she can do it happily and enjoys herself, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Oh, that's a very different mindset that I've heard from like traditional content creator who I think usually because of the branding engagement they have KPIs to hit, right? But when it comes to streaming, a lot of it comes from self-fulfillment and self-satisfaction, right? Self-gratification. So that's really nice. So for my last question is, does streaming longer hour means that you obtain better results? Because a lot of people just keep streaming for hours and hours on, and sometimes, for non-gamers, we don't understand how you can sit there and play for so long and stream for so long. Is it because you're just addicted to the game, or is it for better results?
Firstly, definitely addicted to the game.
Okay.
Secondly, is once you start playing something, like anyone here who played any game, you will know that once you started something, you can't stop.
Right.
So it's very natural that if you stream for like 3 hours, 4 hours, it's just very natural. And I remember my early days, my early streaming, I would be like, okay, I'm going to end at this time, but my last game will never be the last game.
Right.
It will always be, okay, one more game, and then that's how it dragged on for another 1 hour, 2 hours.
So would you say that the length of you streaming has nothing to do with trying to attain a certain result, but more of like you just cannot come out of it?
I just cannot stop playing.
What's the longest hours that you have
7
spent?
hours.
7.
Yeah, so during COVID, I mean, I really have nothing to do at home. I
Oh my God.
sit in my gaming chair and then I'll just play game throughout for that 7 hours. And in between, I'll take a break. Hey, guys, I'm going for lunch, I'm going for dinner, then I'll come back and continue play game.
Wow, okay.
And then it's during those times you had interaction with your viewers, and then it's pretty fun. You guys should try it sometimes.
It's so raw for me to do live streaming though. I feel so scared to like.
I think in a way, it's like I'm very comfortable with myself.
That's great. I have a long way to go for that.
And I feel that like right now, anyone with a phone, you can be an influencer.
That's true.
You can stream, you can but I feel that what we need is you need to be authentic.
I see. Okay, Cantika,
Yeah.
what's your experience with like the hours of live streaming? Like, what's the longest you have streamed, and is there a reason why it usually goes that long?
Aku biasanya yang paling lama itu live streamnya 12 jam. Mungkin sama alasannya karena last game tapi nggak last game juga.
I think don't need translation. We also understand what he's talking about. But Nema, please translate.
So the longest time that Citra play is 12 hours, and have also similar reasons.
Last game.
Yeah, last game, and then it turns out it's already 12 hours.
Oh my God, 12
Because it-
hours. Okay, okay. Well, I think that's very insightful to hear from our game streamers. Right now, I would like to thank Julie for joining us today. I hope to see you more on TV, of course. And do you have any production that you'd like to share with us coming up?
I think you can catch me in a movie theater.
Soon?
Hopefully.
Okay, cool. That's a good update. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Okay, to continue this session, I'm going to invite two content creators from Singapore. The first one is Luke, who is a photographer, and the second one is Chrysan Lee, who's a content creator for travel and lifestyle. Luke and Chrysan. Hi guys. So for the second half of the session, we'll be talking a lot more about content creation and also like NFTs and things like that. So before we start, how about Luke and Chrysan? Do you like to give a short introduction about like your content and what platforms are you on currently?
Okay, hi guys, I'm Chrysan. So I'm a local creator in Singapore. I've been doing this for about 12 years now. So I started from blogging in 2011 and then I jumped onto different platforms that were growing at the time. So Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. But now I'm predominantly on TikTok and Instagram. So I generate lifestyle content. I touch on mental health and also whatever I want.
Okay. What about Luke?
Hi, I'm Luke. I am a content creator and a photographer. So for me, the type of content I create mainly focus on lifestyle, travel, and cityscape. So for me, I focus on Instagram more. Yeah.
But only on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah, mainly on Instagram and a bit of TikTok.
Yeah, I do see that you have a TikTok account,
Yeah, I
and
do.
what you do is a very different kind of content there. Do you like to elaborate more on that?
For TikTok wise, I really create content like basically random stuff, like really random curated stuff that for what I like. So mainly TikTok actually not really like my main focus, but mainly is on Instagram. It's more of like curated stuff.
I
Yeah.
see, I see. Okay, what about Cantika? Like, other than being a game streamer, like, do you also do other social media platforms, and are they your way of content creating today also, or are you solely just a gamer?
Aku lebih sering di Facebook Gaming sih, tapi kadang suka ke Instagram juga untuk ngeposting-posting gitu.
Most of the time, she's streaming on Facebook Gaming, but she also have another platform like Instagram to post like other stuff other than gaming. For example, like traveling or yeah.
So
Like-
non-gaming related stuff is all on Instagram, and you post like traveling and lifestyle stuff. So, and then game too. Okay. So because you stream on Facebook, right? May I ask, like, do you create content on Facebook also, or is that just purely for streaming?
It's just for streaming gaming.
Who here uses Facebook? Who here uses
I
Facebook?
mean, I do. I do.
Wow, very few hands. Okay, because Facebook is definitely growing more. You use Facebook, right? What is content creation on Facebook look like for you?
Actually, for Facebook, it's just cross posting of like what I post on Instagram.
Right.
Yes. So, for the engagement wise, you don't actually get much from Facebook, but Instagram you tend to get more engagement.
So
But
you
it
don't.
Still depends. It still depends on how you build your Facebook. Yeah.
So you don't really put any focus much on Facebook, but you just cross post it, and if it does well, it does well. If it doesn't do well,
Yep.
okay, okay. So my next question goes to Chrysan. Chrysan, you first started out as a content creator. When again?
2011.
How has your content evolved from then to what it is today?
I feel like it's quite different, but also kind of the same, because like, you know, you're still like who you are. So you're typically generating content that sort of like represents you and like what you believe in.
Right.
But I think that over the years, I sort of have to like adapt to how the social media works, like, because different platforms, they sort of promote different stuff. Like, for example, for TikTok, it's like more video content, right? And then Instagram used to be a bit more like picture-based. But from when I started, because blogging, right, it's all about like, you know, putting your thoughts into words and also maybe some pictures as well. So it was very long form, windy grandmother story to what we have today, like 5-second videos. Yeah.
Okay, did it take a while for you to find your identity, or was it something that was very natural for you that from the beginning you know how you're gonna look on your Instagram?
I feel like initially, like finding my identity like wasn't even a thing. It's like you just be who you are, and if the audience come, they come. But right now, I do feel like we are in a sphere where it's a little bit more competitive because like influencing has become like a legit career, and it's something that a lot of people actually want to pursue as well. And so now, in order to pursue this career, you do need to generate an identity and like a niche for yourself so that your audience can follow you for like a specific thing.
I see. So for yours, it's lifestyle and travel and mental health.
Yes.
Is that the same for TikTok?
Yes, it's the same for TikTok, but on TikTok I do a lot more talking, a lot more conversations as well. Yeah, a lot more random stuff. So if there's like dancing videos or whatever, then yeah, maybe I would do, but yeah.
So
all
am
sorts
I
of
right to
things.
say that everything in terms of videos wise that you post on Instagram will go on TikTok, but not everything on TikTok will be on Instagram?
Correct. And it's also because of like the watermark, right? Like I like to
Oh,
film
yeah.
things on TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, alternatively, you can sort of like film it first, cut it, and then post it like on TikTok and Instagram. But you have to cut it differently.
Right,
Because
right,
the
right.
way you cut it on Instagram is not going to work for TikTok.
Can you elaborate on that? Because I think a lot of people would like to know more about the difference between TikTok and Instagram Reels.
Okay, I feel personally, I do feel that Instagram Reels is a bit more, it still needs to be a bit more aesthetic because Instagram is an aesthetic platform. So it needs to look better. And also, I think that long form content is actually okay. Whereas on TikTok, the motion of like the swiping and everything, the attention span is completely different. I feel that
Shorter.
the demographic is kind of different as well.
Younger.
The type of audience. I'm not sure if it's younger actually.
No?
You get what I mean? Because when I look at my analytics, right, I can see people who are older as well. But I think that the type of people are different.
I see.
Yes,
What
and-
type?
I, you know what type? But all sorts of people there, right? But one thing I noticed about TikTok is that if you put something that is very curated and like HD, very well shot, it may not perform well on TikTok.
I noticed that
Yeah.
too. So why do you think that's the case? Is it really because of the platform format as itself, like that draws a different kind of audience who wants to see something that's more raw? Whereas like I always feel like Instagram right now is like a walking magazine. Like, you know, everything is so curated, everything is so on point. Even when you're doing a video, you have to make sure your hair flips a certain way. But whereas TikTok, people just come and go like double chin and do funny video and it still hits. So yeah, so like when you do posting for cross posting for Instagram and TikTok, are the engagements different?
They are very different actually.
Okay.
Yeah, they are very different. And honestly, I don't understand it. I don't really understand the algorithm, but that's how it works. I do feel that TikTok, there is a bit of a hit or miss. Because I noticed that sometimes overseas creators, they post up to 15 times a day on TikTok.
Oh my
which
God.
is insane. Like, how do you do that? On
Okay.
Instagram, one time is enough. You post twice, people will say you're spamming the feed.
I don't even post 15
know?
times a month.
Yeah,
15
I know.
times a
but
day.
it's
That's
insane,
overkill.
but yeah. But I don't think it's an overkill though.
15
I don't think it's an overkill because like on TikTok, when you follow the creator, you don't, unless you're on like your following page, you don't necessarily see their content.
Because most people go for you page instead of following. Actually, I don't
Exactly.
quite understand the following part of TikTok because people don't go there. So actually, what's the point of following someone when you just want to see for you, right? Okay. Let's bring the attention to Luke right now. Luke, you how did you fall into, I would say, being a content creator as a photographer?
So for me, right, I started off using my iPhone.
Okay.
Randomly taking OOTD, not for myself, but for my friends.
As in, but
Yeah.
were you a professional photographer then?
No, at that moment, I wasn't.
How
Yeah.
old were you?
That time I was around like 21, 22 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, so I started off using like iPhone 6 or something. So I started to like take photos and use like VSCO. I believe everyone know about VSCO, right?
VSCO,
yeah,
yeah.
so I just use VSCO to edit the photos.
Right.
And slowly it became like a hobby and turned into a passion. Then I started to get my own camera and bring my photography skill to another level.
How do
Yeah.
you bring it to another level? Did you like go for classes or?
I don't actually go for classes, but I everything is really self-taught and
Right.
really learn from like my friends.
Right.
Like I know quite a lot of photographer on Instagram. So from there onwards, I started to like self-taught and learn from them. And for editing photos, I started to use like Premiere Pro, like Lightroom,
Right.
Photoshop to really bring my editing skill to the next level.
Okay, this is going to be a very interesting question for content creators. As a photographer, which is more important, the raw images that you shot or editing skills?
I think for me, actually both.
Both.
Yes.
I heard someone say both there just now also, so loud.
Hi, hi. Yeah,
Okay,
CP,
okay.
is it you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So basically, for me, it's like 50-50.
Right.
For photography, framing is very important.
Right.
Yeah. So when you take a photo, for the raw part is you have to frame it properly so you can bring it to the next stage, which is editing, and your editing also have to be consistent and pleasant to the eyes. Yeah.
I see.
Pleasing
So,
to the eyes. Yeah.
are you familiar with Metaverse, Web 3.0, NFT, crypto?
A bit, yeah.
A
For
bit?
me, so actually from the start of the year, I started off like
This year?
yeah, this year.
Okay.
So I'm someone that really like love art and I love like animation.
Right.
So for me, NFT is something that attracts me.
Okay.
And I kind of get addicted on NFT. So from the start of the year, I started to invest in NFT because
Wow.
I wanted to learn more also, like how I can turn my photo into NFT and see how I can grow from there.
Exactly. So I wanted to ask you, is that a plan for you to turn all your like photographs into NFTs and sell them? Because I've seen social media content creators like they sometimes just take a photo of themselves and they sell as NFTs and then they earn millions. Like, and you take such beautiful photos and videos and those can be in line with the whole like NFT trend, right? Is that a plan for you?
Maybe in the future, yeah,
Okay.
when I think things get less busier for me. But when the NFT hype started to, I mean for now NFT started to like went down for the hype. But maybe in the 2 to 3 years time, I believe that NFT will be back again.
Okay.
Because I believe NFT is a ticket to many open doors.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So what is your confidence in terms of the trend with crypto right now? Because crypto is strongly linked with NFT. So like for NFT to do well, crypto has to do well, right? And there was a plunge in crypto last year or the last couple of years. Do you feel like it's something that's gonna come back? Or do you feel like that has just been a flop, like a flop endeavor?
For me, I feel it's coming back. I mean, quite recently, it is actually rising.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that.
So for me, I was thinking like maybe I will take a look like in the future and see how it goes.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay, so wait and see for now.
Yes, wait and see for now.
How's your
No
portfolio?
risk.
How's your portfolio doing?
um.
Not too
sorry,
good.
nothing.
I don't think anyone
Not-
can say
not
that their
like-
portfolio is doing well today.
It's all Ethereum. It's all Ethereum.
Got it. Okay, Cantika, are you well aware of the whole metaverse trend, and is there any effect on what's coming up with the gaming world? Like, do you feel like it's gonna go into the whole virtual reality? And have you tried it before, actually?
Actually, belum pernah.
You haven't tried it before. Would that be something that you'll be willing to do? To go into the real gaming world and play the games that you play because they can be very, I would say, real. Yeah, exactly. Like, will you be afraid of that confusion?
Iya, pastinya sangat menarik banget ya untuk dicoba untuk metaverse-nya. Dan mungkin untuk kedepannya kalau bisa live streaming metaverse lebih bagus lagi.
Yeah, it's interesting things to try for Chitra in the metaverse because it's also linked with like Facebook. Um, it will be interesting if in the future to try this kind of things and then do live streamings in the like VR in VR. Yeah.
Do you feel like there's going to be any impact to the mental health? Because imagine you go next game, next game, next game, and you're in the virtual world for 12 hours.
Mungkin ini kali ya, set alarm kali ya. Kalau udah waktunya makan ya makan, kalau waktunya mandi ya mandi gitu.
Just trying to be like to be funny, like set a reminder or alarm for the schedule so we can stick to the schedules and not forget the time to play.
Right. So we still have to be very mindful about the way we use social media so that we don't get lost in the whole trend, right? All right, before we end this session, I would like to throw out one last question to all three of you. Instagram and TikTok are very mature market today. I would say that Instagram more so than TikTok, with people who have been very established in these two platforms. For new content creators coming up, right? How would you advise them to, persevere in this industry, coming in to create a new branding, new identity, and even content in these two mature platforms? Let's start with Luke first. How about that?
For me, I feel maybe you should never stop trying.
Okay.
Don't give up in the sense that just try new things. I mean, for TikTok, it's really like everything. You might not know that you might get famous because of like random
Right.
stuff on TikTok. And for if you are going into Instagram, you can always start to take up like skills like photography, videos, editing. Like nowadays, you can just use iPhone apps like CapCut,
Yeah.
yeah, or even VSCO and Lightroom on your phone. You can easily like create content on your phone. Yeah.
So just do it if you like it and persevere and don't give up hope. That's your advice. What about Chrysan?
This is actually like a really hard question, to be honest.
Of course.
Yeah,
I only ask hard question.
it's such a hard question because I do think that like surviving in the cyberspace and like maintaining your relevance is hard. Like even for brands, it's difficult. Like
Right.
sometimes you have like one viral hit and then the next day nobody remembers you anymore.
Right,
It's
right.
tough, right? I think personally, I do think that it's quite important that you build a connection like with your audience because these are the people who will follow you and grow with you. And
Okay.
these are the people who will help you with your career rather than like the people who like mass follow you. They probably wouldn't help to translate the things that you want. So I think building an audience and also don't be afraid to like try different styles of content.
Right.
Because if you don't try, you never know what actually works best for you. It's like maybe I start out thinking, oh, I'm better at fashion. But nobody's interested. Like maybe I'm better at something else. So try, test them out for like a period of time and then see what suits you.
Okay, so your advice would be to be open-minded, try different platforms, and also connect with your audience. Okay, Cantika, how about rounding this up for us? What is your advice to new content creators today?
Kalau misalnya untuk saya konsistensi penting. Terus habis itu sama followers juga harus kenal juga kayak sharing-sharing, gathering, dan juga harus be unique.
For Citra Cantika, consistency is important because like sometimes a creator just like post and then not posting for several times and then post again. So it should be consistent. Consistency is important. Then also like get to know the audience better, the followers, because it's the one that stick with us. And just be unique because like she mentioned before, in Indonesia the culture is like woman is not like in the front, so Cantika is unique and maybe that's also the selling point in Indonesia.
Oh, that's very good feedback. So be unique and persevere and connect with your audience. Okay, with that, I think this is a good time to end this session. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Cantika, Chrysan, and Luke.
Thank you.
Thank you.